Hi, my name is Joshua Henneforth, and I'm from Greenwich. To start off, I'd like to read you 1 Timothy 9. It says, "Who have saved us and called us with an holy calling, not according to our works, but according to His own purpose and grace, which was given to us in Christ Jesus before the world began." This verse clearly talks about God's purpose in our lives. God gave us a purpose in our lives, not because of what we do, but because of His will and grace that was given to us. And I'd like to share a quick story of my mom. My mom would buy me those Lego sets that we would build up. I like to think of these Lego sets as God's purpose in our lives. And I became a Christian, and I had the active pursuit of faith and step out my door and then just live my life through Christ. When I did that, I kept asking God, what is my purpose in life? What do I have to do for you? You know, I questioned that, and then one night He showed me it. And you know, when you ask God your purpose in life, He'll show you your purpose in life, undoubtedly. And when He did, it's just like buying these Lego sets off the shelves, and you expected one thing, but then when you open the box, there's millions of different pieces that doesn't make sense. And I like these papers. I always throw them out. I don't really care about them. But yeah, you're assigned, you know, you're promised of one thing, but you get all these pieces that doesn't make sense. So when you start building those pieces, piece by piece, the first piece, second, third, and fourth, we get so overwhelmed, frustrated, and we don't really know what to do until we get angry to God. God, you promised me this, but I got this. This doesn't really add up. But remember that paper that I always throw out and don't really care about? And that's the instructions. This is the instructions of our life. And without it, it's going to be hard to understand the main purpose of those pieces. It doesn't make sense. By reading the instructions, it will guide you directly to God's plan in your lives. And there's one more key thing that I'd like to talk about while reading the instructions of God, and that's in Hebrews 36. It says, "For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of God, you might receive the promise." And with patience, while reading the instructions of God, we will have a better understanding of His plans in our lives, and it'll be a lot easier if we read the instructions. And the main point I'm trying to say is, when God showed you His plan in your lives and handed you all these different pieces, you don't need to start building it immediately. You have to read the instructions step by step, because without reading the instructions, you're going to get confused. You're going to question God. So many things that it's really unnecessary at times. And I want to let you know that all those pieces that doesn't make sense, all those same pieces, and it doesn't really make sense. But every piece has a story. Every piece has a purpose. Every piece, every struggle that we have in our lives has a purpose, has a place in our lives. But we just have to read the instructions to fully understand what God is trying to do in our lives. And I'd like to end my sermon in Galatians 6:9, and from studying Bible quiz, if I can recall this correctly, in Galatians 6:9, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." So, while we know God's plan in our lives, I'd like to, just have that patience in reading His instructions, because it really pays along. And I'd like to, and I'm coming to an end of my sermon, I'd like to just have a short prayer, and everybody close their eyes and just pray a quick prayer. Lord Jesus, thank you for this wonderful day, for all these wonderful people in this building. Lord, I ask for your knowledge and will, that we have a better understanding of your instructions, and I ask for the initiative and patience that so we could read the instructions deeply enough to fully understand the purpose of our lives. And for me, I promise that whatever you have in store for me, I want to do it for the glory of your name. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.